Hello everyone, and welcome to the online BIM course. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you prepare for the Autodesk Certified Professional exam in Revit for architectural design. You see my screen here on the left side. There is Autodesk Revit 2024, and on the right side, you see the Autodesk um, document about the exam objectives for the Revit for architectural design. The target audience for this exam is the person must have 2 years experience using the software, or he has to have at least 400 hours to 1,200 hours Autodesk software experience. This certificate allows the students to stand out in the job market among other candidates, and it validates all the skills and the knowledge a person may have about the software. There are prerequisite skills for the exam. The candidate must navigate the user interface. So this is basically the user interface. There are different sections for architecture, structure, steel, precast, insert, annulate, analyze, as well as collaborate, manage different sections that you can see here. There are manage, add in, and modify. He must be able to go through the file and have to open, save, and create new projects, how to use these tools for navigations and for zooming, as well as how he should be able to see the different views, such as top views, bottom views, and different views are also available on the project browser. Here you can see there are legends, schedules, views, sheets, and families. Also for each component, such as wall, we may also have property palette, and in the property palette, a person can change different parameters of an element. So these are very important. Yeah, person also must be able to use the materials in the software. So person who can set up the project locations and how to apply materials and how to create faces and design settings for a project. He also need to understand the concept of room and areas, basic schedules. The exam format is that you may not be able to have access to the software, but you will also do not have access to any other sources. All you need to learn answer questions according to your skills and knowledge using the software. There are 5 sections or parts per exam. 31% of the exam is about modeling, and 24% about documentation. Third important part is the collaboration and coordination, and the rest 2 sections will be about project standards and information analysis. For each of these part, you will be able to understand different sub topics. For example, in the modeling section, you need to create and modify advanced architectural components on the walls, stairs, columns, floors, roofs, foundations, and how to create openings. You need to learn about railings as well as how to create a relationship between these elements. You also need to be able to create, configure, and apply materials. In the Revit, you can assign attributes for an element. For example, for the wall, you can specify the type of the materials, whether it is concrete, wood. For the rooms, you also need to learn how to configure rooms, how to modify room parameters, um, what are room bounding, and what is um, how to create rooms from linked files. And in the fourth section of the modeling, you need to learn about creation and configuration of basic 3D modeling families, parametric families. In Revit, one of the very important part is the the families. For that, you need to understand how to use family templates, the correct one, how to add reference plans on that template, and how you create parameters and assign to elements on and length, visibility, text, materials, how you demonstrate and understand family categories, how you control visibility, graphics, overrides, and how you create 3D solid and void geometry by extrusion, sweeping, blend, revolve, swept, blend, and void operations, and how you recognize nested families function, and how you recognize loadable family versus in-place family. In the next section of the modeling, you will be able to create topography, how to create and place points, how to assign point elevations, and how to create building paths, very important part, and how you create and modify subregions. And also you will be able to create topography from a linked CAD or CSV file. In the last section of the modeling, you will be able to create, modify, and manage model groups. There you will be able to identify proper use cases of groups and how to recognize hosted and non-hosted elements which are used in a group, and how you demonstrate an understanding of relationships between objects, both in and outside the group. So the modeling is a very important and major section of the exam. And the next important part is documentation. In the documentation, there are many other subsections and sub topics that you need to learn. For the documentation section, first you need to be able to create and control advanced model views, visibilities, and graphics. So there's basically more about annotations, and also about the view and the manage section, as well as the modify section. And the modeling section, it was more about the or this architecture sections about different components of opening, circulations, both in room, as well as how to insert, how to use the view, and also the manage and modify. It was more also about this view or project browser. This project browser is also important in the documentation. how we apply object styles. So very important, how we use view templates, how we present, and how we make sheets, as well as how we annotate using this tag, colorful legends and symbols, detail components, and how we basically use these different sections of the project browser. So these are very important subtopics. And the document section, we also need to be able to learn about document versions. So basically, in the viewport, there are about revisions and how we use um, different sections of the view uh, tools, view toolbox here, and how we create dimensional styles, as well as how to use document revisions, how to create and manage legends, and how to create and control details and drafting views for each part. You all will be able to learn about these important sections, about the tail groups. So very important parts that allows you to document your design process and design um, deliverables. In the third sections, you will be able to demonstrate the skills of collaboration and coordination, how to configure worksets and initiate work sharing. So if you see here, you need to learn how to activate collaboration and how to set worksets and define the worksets, how you synchronize and how you use different worksets, as well as um, how you share your project with other colleagues. You also will be able to link and manage various file formats for Exchange, such as PDFs, CAD files, as well as how to use point clouds. And there also you need to perform basic model maintenance, how you handle the errors, and how you execute purge, as well as how to audit and compact a model, how to manage and configure facing. So very important part about the manage and modify section, as well as about design options, and also phases that allows you to learn more about these important points. You also need to be able to use the copy and monitor process features. As you see here, there are different sections for the copy and monitor for the manage tools, how you see the history of developing the design and the model, how to restore, as well as how to um, synchronize, relinquish, and also other important parts. In the next section, you will be able to learn how to how to set up project standards and setups. So in the view sections and in the manage sections, there are very important part about the different parts. So basically about project standards, how to define project units, as well as how to use the snaps, how to configure and manage operating systems and locations. So very important section um, that you can define the locations and settings. There are also other parts about object styles, units, and project information. Use and manage the project browser. This is very important part. And also about print and export settings that you will be using after your model is prepared. You can configure print setup and print review, and also make the print, as well as you can export your model to different types and different versions. And in the last section, you will be able to do the information analysis, how you manage and create schedules, how to prepare bill of quantities, including the costs and schedules. Also, how to create and edit area schemes and area plans, as well as how to create scene and shadow studies. So it's more about the analyze section on this sandpad, and also the shadow of sections of the Revit model. Okay, I hope you become familiar with the exam objectives for 5 sections of the exam, as well as what are the requirements for the exam. I wish you all the best, and if you have any questions, please write in the comment or contact me directly.